But all right, let's get a couple more.
It's my time to shine.
I have a question about extra history.
All right, let's do it.
I was actually talking to you the other day briefly about extra history. I was wondering first, what kind of, can you tell us like maybe what period you want to talk about when you finish the Goku Jedi?
Not up to me.
We already voted on it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but anybody who's part of the Patreon, the topics are voted on by you guys. I will create a small list, and then the Patreon subscribers also create, and we raffle all the suggestions of the Patreon people and put it up on that list, and then you guys vote for it. So the
South Seas Company
Yep,
is next.
South Seas Company's
and then
next.
We just agreed on Zulu Empire.
that got into the vote, and now the vote's between that and a couple other things.
So yeah,
I
like
think
so.
it ended last night.
Oh, did it end last night?
Zulu Empire won.
Wow.
Rad, awesome.
I am. What is this? So, and by the way, just a funny story. I actually said to him and to Soraya, who does a lot of the coordination, and who many of you as Patreon people know, I said, I love the idea of doing Zulu Empire, but man, I kind of hope it doesn't get pulled because I know nothing about it.
Actually, that's a good lead into the second part of the question. I was wondering, do you guys post like the source material?
No, and the reason I don't, no. Because I want you guys to dig into it. I don't want you to go to my sources. I don't want you to, and I know there are plenty of people who will just copy and paste that list onto their high school paper or whatever. I don't want that. I want people really digging in, and so I'm happy to post places. But you can find those sources, right? You go to Amazon and you look up Sengoku Jidai, and you look for a couple of things that are highly reviewed. If you want, you can find those, and you can find better things and more things and things that interest you specifically. If I give you books, you'll get the couple of books that I'm interested in. If you go dig into it, you will find so many better, more interesting, more personal sources for you. I'm thinking about doing though a list of other media which gets you interested in this topic, right? So if you like the Sengoku Jidai, films and games, right? Play Kessen, watch Kagemusha, read
Book of Five Rings.
There we go, and Hagakure, and heck, Shogun. And so right, like I'm thinking about doing lists like that to get people more interested in the topic, but in terms of really digging into it, I want to get more people actively digging, right?
Yeah, extra history by design is the starting point.
Yes.
So yeah, like if we can get more people starting to do that, like crumb trail of finding more stuff out themselves, then good. That's the idea.
That is the goal.
Just to jump on that real quick, do you guys use more primary or secondary sources?
So, here's the deal. I like primary sources for ancient things. Some of the numbers you'll hear in extra history for like battle sizes and stuff like that, you'll see that modern historians actually believe are lower, and sometimes I will modify it down, but ending up with the classics major.
I was a classics major too, so I get that.
Right, and so I like those sources, I think, and some of the stories that will come from may have been debunked by modern history, but if it's in the primary sources, I will sometimes turn to it. I will always tell you in lies if it's been directly debunked. I haven't used anything that's been truly just completely, but I will also turn to secondary sources where there aren't enough primary sources. Tragically, Sengoku Jidai, right, there weren't a lot of primary sources in English, or that had even translated into English, and so much of even the secondary sources were this one guy, this Turnbull guy. Like, and if you go to the Wikipedia pages, you will see over and over this same dude.
It's all one guy.
And what's even worse is then you read something, every once in a while there's another guy, you read it, and then you're like, you totally just read this other guy, and like you didn't read. And then, well, the worst part is all in one big circle jerk. No, here's the truly terrible part, right? I was reading this, I was thinking this to myself, I was reading somebody's thing, I was like, man, you just read this guy, rearranged what he did, and put it, and I was like, oh shit,
That's what
I just read this guy.
Do you know how many papers I've written in like the past 3 years that have been, oh man, source is great, source is great. Then I look at the sources in another book that I'm using. Jesus Christ, it's the same source!
Our history professors would actually tell us that that's a good thing because when you're looking for sources, they're going to reference other sources. So you can reference those sources. And if they reference the same source like 3 times, then that's a good source.
But sometimes it might be the only source.
Yeah, there's tragic lack of sources here, but still, yeah. And so for any of you who don't know, the next extra history series is going to be the South Seas Company. You guys always pick things which are hugely obscure. I'm so excited about this one, but it was surprising.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on.
I have a Super Dan question.
Yes.
So maybe
Well,
I should.
I am standing
You
up.
are Super Dan. So. Super Dan. Other Dan.
Huh? He was starting to feel sick, and so he decided to like crash early, so he didn't go all the way sick.
So he doesn't pull an ego raptor?
Exactly. Yeah. Pull an entire Game Grumps cast on us.
Let's all just.
It's okay, John Tom got an extra hour, so.
Are they like they're all like Ross is sick too? Like I think they're all sick.
Are they?
Yeah. I think we should like crowdfund them some hazmats for next year.